So when it comes to retirement planning or financial independence, a lot of people say as a couple, you need to aim for £1 million within your pensions combined. And this is great. But the problem is this doesn't take into account how much you actually need to be saving on a regular basis to get to that point. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through exactly how much you need to be saving per month as a couple to get to that point at age 65, based on if you start from age 30 all the way through to age 50. Because when you actually look and run the numbers, one thing becomes very apparent, and that is the biggest asset you have when it comes to growing your wealth is time. And stick around till the end because I'll actually show you another powerful concept can actually reduce the amount you need to be saving and still hit that £1 million mark. But if you're new here, my name's Ben, I'm a financial planner, and my aim is to help provide more clarity and confidence to people around personal finance and retirement planning. Okay, so let's set the scene. So what I'm going to be doing here is showing you how you can get to that £1 million mark by age 65. Now, for a lot of people, this is a good benchmark to work to as a couple to have £1 million within your pensions. So what I'll be doing is showing you exactly how much you need to be saving each month. And this will be based on you investing into a balanced portfolio. So what I've done for the sake of the video is assume a real return, so that's a net of inflation return, of about 5% a year, which based on historical market data is probably about what you'd expect on average. And what I'm going to do is actually start from age 50 to show you the impact that actually starting earlier can have. Because as you'll see, the earlier you start, it actually has a massive impact on how much you actually need to save each month and still get to that £1 million. Okay, so starting age 50, how much, if you are starting from zero, do you need to be saving to get to that £1 million mark? Now, obviously in this scenario, you've got about 15 years for that money to actually grow and compound, which sounds like a lot of time. But the problem is you still need to be saving nearly £4,000 a month to actually get to that £1 million mark by the time you get to age 65. Now, depending on how much you earn as a couple, that may be possible. So on average, you're going to be saving about £2,000 each a month to get to that point. Okay, so if we now move on to age 45, how much impact does this have if you actually start saving 5 years earlier? You can see here that instead of that £4,000 a month, you actually need to only be saving £2,500 a month. Now, in this scenario, you are only starting 5 years earlier. So not a huge amount of time, but the amount you have to save actually reduces by £1,500 from £4,000. So you can see here, just from this first example from 50 to 45, how much of a difference it actually has starting earlier. Okay, next, let's look at age 40. So again, as a couple, if you're starting from zero at age 40, how much do you need to be saving each month over the next 25 years to get to a point at age 65 where you've got £1 million? And the answer to that is £1,700. So again, this is the amount between you. So on average, you'll be saving about £850 a month. And again, you can see how much of an impact that actually has. So starting again 5 years earlier from age 45 to age 40 means you've actually got to save about £800 a month less than if you leave it later. Okay, now let's move on to age 35. And this is where the numbers really do start to get interesting. But if you're enjoying the video, please do consider subscribing to the channel because it really would mean a lot to me. I'll be posting a lot more videos just like this in the future. Okay, so starting at age 35, how much do you need to be saving to get to that £1 million mark by age 65? And the answer is £1,300 a month. And again, you can see the difference. So you've got age 40, you've got to be saving £1,700 a month versus age 35, £1,300 a month. So that's a £400 a month difference just from starting that 5 years earlier. Okay, and finally looking at age 30, how much do you need to be saving each month to get to that £1 million mark? And the answer to that is £900 a month. Okay, so let's summarize here. So if we start at age 50, you've got to be saving £4,000 a month to get to £1 million by age 65. Whereas if you start at age 30, you've only got to be saving £900 a month. That's less than 25% of the amount you've got to be saving if you start at age 50. Okay, you might be looking at this and thinking, okay, well, if I'm saving nearly 4 times as much at age 50, how am I ending up with the exact same pension pot as someone that starts at age 30 but is only saving 25% of that value? And the simple answer to this is something called compound interest. And just to bring that to life for this example, you can see here that if you start at age 50, you saving that £3,900 a month between 50 and age 65 means you're going to save about £700,000 over the course of that 15 years. So let's compare this to age 30. Now, the big difference here is if you start age 50, you've got 15 years worth of saving there. Whereas if you start age 30, you've got to save for 35 years. So you might be thinking, okay, well, although I'm saving less each month, surely because I'm actually saving over a longer period, I'm probably going to save about the same amount of money over that time. But as you can see here, that is not the case. So you would be saving about £380,000 over that time frame. So what this shows you is that if you start at age 50, you're going to save £700,000. And to get to that £1 million, about £300,000 of that million is going to be the investment growth. Now, if instead you start at age 30, you're going to save about £380,000, which means that of that £1 million, about £620,000 is actually investment growth. So this really shows the impact of compound interest and how starting earlier can have a huge impact on how much you need to save to get to the exact same point at age 65. So when it comes to building wealth, there are two key levers you've got. One is starting earlier, which we've discussed. And the second one that's going to impact how much you actually need to save and what your end goal is actually the investment return you get. In the examples I've gone through, this is based on you investing into a balanced portfolio. So getting about a 5% real return each year. Now, on screen, I've put the amount you need to save to get to that same £1 million, but if you're actually investing in a more cautious portfolio, so that's about 3% real return each year, and a more adventurous portfolio, so that's about a 7% return each year. So again, you can see the massive impact that actually has on the amount you need to save. So this is why it's really important that A, you're starting as early as possible, and B, you're actually aware of how much investment risk can actually have on your end goal. Now, something else I should probably point out at this point is that I've based this on you having £1 million at age 65. Now, clearly for some people, this is going to be way too high, and some people it's probably going to be way too low, depending on the sort of lifestyle you want to live when it comes to retirement. So what I would suggest you do is check out the financial clarity system that I've built. And you can find details of this in the description below. And simply what this allows you to do is input your own details. So your current age, your current income, what your expenses are, and how much you're saving towards your pension each month. And this will actually show you if you are on track to meet your goals and actually retire when you want to. If you aren't on target, it actually shows you what more you need to do to actually make sure you are on target. So whether that's saving more each month, potentially increasing the risk within your pension to get that additional growth over a long period of time, or maybe slightly reducing your expenses when it comes to retirement. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.